Hey, want to know even more secrets to getting your strumming going? Well, it's going to be even more ghost drums, but this time with some more interesting rhythms. So if you've seen the last video or you've already got some basic strumming going a little bit, then you should be able to play a ghost drum on a numbered beat, kind of like this. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. So there I've got a ghost drum on beat 2, where I'm moving my arm down past the strings without hitting them, but then hitting them on the way back up on the and of 2. But otherwise, I just have quarter notes. Now, if you don't know exactly what that means, that's okay. We don't need to get too far into rhythm notation, but we'll go over a few things so that we can look at how to mix up some of the rhythms on the other beats. So let's go back to our most basic strumming pattern, just 4 down strums. In this case, I'm just going to play it on an open E major chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. So those are actually quarter notes, since I've got 4 of them. So eighth notes are basically half of quarter notes, which means I'm going to have twice as many in the same 4 beats. So to play those, I just add in all of my up strums on those ands in between the beats, kind of like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And of course, as you probably already know, we can combine quarter notes and eighth notes together for a rhythm kind of like this. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and. But we want to play some more interesting strumming patterns that combine some of those ghost drums along with some of these eighth notes. So let's look back at that strumming pattern with the ghost drum on 2 and the up strum on the and of 2. So I'm going to take one of those other quarter notes, in this case the one on beat 4, and split it into 2 eighth notes. And a good way to see how this rhythm sounds before playing it is going to be to count it out loud, where I just say each beat that has a strum on it. So for this one, I'd go 1 and 3, 4 and 1, and 3, 4 and 1, and 3, 4 and 1, and 3, 4 and 1. So now that I know what the rhythm sounds like, I can give it a play. And I'll start with a count in. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1. So while we're naming our notes, I might as well point out that that note on beat 1 that lasts a beat and a half is actually called a dotted quarter note. You don't gotta worry too much about where it gets that name for now, as long as you know that it's basically a quarter note with a little bit extra added onto it. In this case, half of a beat, or an eighth note, so it's kind of like a quarter note plus an eighth note. Of course, we can move that dotted quarter note onto a different beat, like beat 2, giving us a ghost drum on beat 3, and an up strum on the and of 3. If I leave those eighth notes on beat 4, it'll sound a little something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 4, and 1. Now let's say I move those eighth notes from beat 4 over to beat 1. Well, then it would sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 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 4. 1. So you can see you can really start mixing up your strumming patterns by combining these ghost drums created by these dotted quarter notes along with other quarter notes and eighth notes on different beats. So give it a try, see if you can start playing around with some of these rhythms, and don't forget to subscribe because next time I'm going to really start mixing things up and getting into some strumming patterns that you see really commonly in a lot of songs. So have fun with that for now, and as always, happy practicing.